call this board meeting at 7 o'clock, January 27, 2014. Have a roll call, please.
Mr. Armstrong.
Here.
Mrs. Bedio. Here. Mr. Bonacci.
Here.
Mrs. Matthews. Here. Mrs. Powell.
Here.
Stand for pledge allegiance.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I can't believe I did that. My bad.
You'll figure it out.
Okay. Before we get started, I want to make a note that we are pulling item E of the superintendent's recommendation off the agenda tonight, which is the bus purchase, for further evaluation and more information. All right. As also as promised last organizational meeting, we're moving the comments from the audience at the beginning of the meeting. So are there any comments or in the audience like to speak? Okay, we'll move on. Dr. Jones, I understand you have recognition tonight.
Thanks, Mr. Bonacci. January is School Board Recognition Month, and I'd like to take a few moments to share my thoughts and Mrs. Baldwin's thoughts on how much we appreciate our Board of Education members, because it is often a thankless job, and however, they are here for our children, and that's the bottom line. That's what we are all about. We appreciate all the time and effort that they put into their position as board members. They get lots of phone calls and emails and texts, and they sit up here in front of the public and have to provide answers, and we appreciate all that they do. I do have a proclamation called School Board Recognition Month. I'd like to read that, and it kind of shares with you my thoughts and Mrs. Baldwin's thoughts on our board members. Whereas it shall be the mission of the Stowe Monroe Falls City School District to provide all students with the best possible education. And whereas the school board sets the direction for our community's public schools by envisioning the community's educational future. And whereas the school board sets policies and procedures to govern all aspects of school district operations. And whereas the school board keeps attention focused on progress toward the district's goals and maintains a two-way communication loop with all segments of the community. And whereas serving on a school board requires an unselfish devotion, time, and service to carry on the mission and business of the school district. And whereas the school board must respond on behalf of the community to the educational needs of all students, and whereas the school board voluntarily accepts the above-mentioned responsibilities. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Superintendent Dr. Russell D. Jones, do hereby proclaim January 2014 as School Board Recognition Month in Stowe and Monroe Falls. I encourage all citizens to publicly and privately thank the school board members for all school districts serving the community for their dedicated service to our children. I have a copy of this proclamation for all of our board members, and I also have a certificate from the Ohio School Boards Association for each of our board members in sincere appreciation for exemplary leadership and service to public schools, presented to the board member, Stowe Monroe Falls City Schools, School Board Recognition Month, January 2014. So I'd like to provide all of you with these mementos of your service, and then also Mrs. Manziata has some pictures that she wants to put together. So thank you for all that you do.
Yeah, two in the front are good. Ready? One more smile.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do a couple more. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Also, it's a great privilege of mine to recognize 3 All-Ohio athletes from Stowe Monroe Falls City Schools. Brian Groves, Matt Beach, and Ian Holt all were honored as being All-Ohio athletes this past fall. And we're very, very proud of all of you. For our 2 football players, Mr. Beach and Mr. Groves, and also I want to recognize Coach Norrie, who's sitting in the back. I've always thought of our football program as a sleeping giant, if you will, and Coach Norrie has really put things together, and he's done it the right way. And these 2 gentlemen that are our football players recognized as All-Ohio are the kind of kids that really represent what we're all about. Hardworking, good students, good people, and doggone it, the state of Ohio has recognized them, and I sincerely appreciate that. Ian Holt, I believe, I hope I don't misspeak, but I think it's the 3rd time you've been All-Ohio. Right? Yeah, and phenomenal, and I certainly expect to see you knocking out Tiger Woods at some point towards the end of his career. I think that's going to happen, my friend. We try to recognize our athletes who get some kind of recognition at a statewide level, and my heart goes out to all you guys, because I know the hard work behind the scenes from the time you guys were 3, 4, 5 years old, and dedicating yourself to hard work, dedication, your teammates, and Stowe Monroe Falls High School. I'm really proud of you, and I'd like to recognize you right now and congratulate you for your All-Ohio recognition.
Great job. Nice job. Nice watching you play. So you're the golfer. I hear the coach talk about it. Who's the golfer? He's, oh, yeah. So you're great. Good job.
Mr. Feldman? I stay away from this place as much as I can.
Thanks.
Well, that was a first.
Now we are going to have the building report from Stone River Falls High School, so I'd like to introduce our building principal, Mr. Chris DeMar.
Good evening to members of the board. Before we get started tonight, I'd like to recognize the other members of our administrative team here at the high school that have joined us and are in attendance tonight. We have Mrs. Amanda Murray, high school assistant principal, Mrs. Kathy Thomas, high school associate principal, Mr. Kyle Feldman, director of athletics, and then the corner on the other side is Mr. Mark Treen, high school assistant principal. Just want to recognize them for the tremendous work they do. We work in a team atmosphere here at the high school. Everything that happens here on account of these fine people, it's tremendous. I'd like to speak tonight on a multitude of subjects, celebrate the success we've had since the beginning of the year, and talk to you as board members on our vision and our initiatives that we have here working in the spring. Some new courses that you're going to see as we discuss program studies later this evening. We're very excited to introduce AP Human Geography, AP Comparative Politics to the high school. Two new opportunities for our high school students to earn college credit while still in our building. You'll also notice expanded career and technical course descriptions, all of which have been updated by the Compact Program Committee, which is a collection of 6 members from all the different districts who ensure that those programs are working to their full capacity. You'll note that here at the high school, we sponsor the Aeronautics Academy, the Engineering Academy, Polymers rotation, the International Business and Marketing Academy, Business Management Academy, and the Culinary Arts and Catering Academy. We're all tremendously proud of those hardworking students who really have recognized a specialty while still in high school, and they've worked towards certifications and in some areas articulated college credit for taking those courses. We're very proud of those kids. You'll notice also in your program of studies tonight, we're expanding our distance learning and our dual enrollment opportunities. More opportunities for kids here at the high school to earn college credit without even leaving our building. Upstairs in room 201, we're fortunate enough to have a distance learning lab that pumps in courses from the University of Akron. Those courses go off all day long. So our students can build into their schedules here at Stone River Falls High School University of Akron courses, where again, without even leaving the comforts of our own building, they can earn college credit. This year, we're also expanding that program to include dual enrollment courses, where teachers here at the high school, our own high school teachers, will be able to teach college level coursework for that articulated credit. So again, we're expanding more opportunities for our own kids to earn credit while still here in the building, which we think is a great thing. We've expanded our CBI program, our career-based intervention program, and this is for students who are part of an at-risk population who are not on IEPs. We're smart enough to recognize that, yes, we have an AP population, but we also have an intervention population here at the high school. We're doing our best to take care of kids who fall in the at-risk population, whether they began their careers here, the grades not being what they should be, taking care of those kids and giving them special attention and some special services. We've now expanded that program into all of our 4 core content areas: English, math, social studies, and science. Student involvement this year has been tremendous. And I know it speaks to fine young men like these guys, but if you've been to a game, if you've been in the gym, if you've been on the field, you've noticed an expanded student section. I like to tell the story before we took on Mentor in the regional final. The head football coach at Mentor High School actually tweeted to the students at Mentor High School, "Boy, you better show up tonight because those students from Stone River Falls are going to show up." And he challenged his own students to rise to the level of our students. And I think that's something of which we can be very proud. And it's not just at athletic events. If you've been to a band show or a band concert, if you've been to any of our speech and debate tournaments, you just see that this place is packed. And it's kids supporting kids. And that's something that, for the culture of our building, we find incredibly important. It's a positive in our mind. Some initiatives to look forward to pending your approval of our document tonight. We'll begin Student Scheduling Week, which is a very important time for our kids and their parents as they discuss future course schedules and future initiatives, things that are on the horizon. We're going to be experiencing some testing pilots here in the spring. We've been chosen as a high school to pilot the new PARC assessments in English and the new Ohio Department of Education end-of-course exams in biology, physical science, American government, and American history. It's going to be a large undertaking. We know that new high-stakes testing are on the horizon. I'm excited that we're going to get a chance to see those tests 1 year prior to them actually officially counting. We'll be able to study them and get some feedback from our kids. But it's a major initiative that's going to happen here this spring. And then, of course, looking into May, we have our prom festivities will be held at the University of Akron, and commencement once again will be held at Kent State University in early June. Are there any questions? Very, very proud of the work of our very special teachers and administrators. We have the best teaching force in Summit County. They work hard for kids every single day. And it's a pleasure to lead them and to be part of this building.
I'd just like to say I'm just happy to see when I read through the new curriculum, where we're trying to help the kids who aren't necessarily in college bound. We're offering those classes that they need to be productive and maybe go to a 2-year program or something afterwards. So it's glad to see the expansion.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
If I may, before you leave, my friend, I will be remiss if I do not mention my choice as principal, by the way, was Mr. Chris DeMauro. And he has led, along with his administrative team, not only a technology transformation, but an academic transformation and a cultural transformation in the school. And I sincerely appreciate your work, my friend, because you and your team have been just all I could ever hope for. So I
Appreciate it. Thanks for that position.
We can take a second. If you guys, you're welcome to stay. If you want to leave, you can leave. I don't think this is how you want to spend your girls' basketball is playing so it's a big game. I think that's fine where you want to be.
thanks for coming.
Good night.
Thanks, gentlemen.
We'll miss you. All right. Move on to item 6 of the agenda, the minutes. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes from December 16th regular meeting, the 19th, the special meeting, and the January 13th organizational meeting.
I'd like to separate the December 16th meeting, please.
I'll second it for you.
The reason I want to do this is because before I got on the board, I was a member of the audience, and I have a real problem with the board doing business where the audience can't hear. And I would like to make a motion at this time, or refer to whoever is responsible, that the microphones and the audio system are checked so that the audience, when we do business, can hear what we have to say.
Okay, so we'll break out one. I've got December 16th minutes to make the vote on. I'd like to make a motion to approve the December 16th minutes.
Second.
Second. Roll call.
Mrs. Bedio?
Yes.
Mr. Bonacci?
Yes?
Mrs. Matthews? Mrs. Powers? Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the December 19th for special meeting minutes and the January 13th organizational minutes.
Second.
By Ms. Matthews, second by Mr. Armstrong. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bonacci?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews?
Aye.
Mrs. Powers?
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Mrs. Bedio?
Aye.
Treasurer's report, Mrs. Wolf.
First item under treasurer recommendation is to approve the financial report. I wish to recommend that the Board of Education approve the financial reports for November and December 2013 as presented in exhibits number 1 and 2.
So moved.
Second.
That was our second.
moved.
Second. Mrs. Powers, second. Roll call.
Mrs. Powers?
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Mrs. Bedia?
Aye.
Mr. Benacci?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews?
Aye.
And last item is petty cash resolution. I wish to recommend the Board of Education approve the petty cash resolution as presented in Exhibit number 5.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Mrs. Bedia?
Aye.
Mr. Benacci?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews?
Aye.
Mrs. Powers?
Aye.
That concludes my portion of the agenda this evening. Thank you.
Back to you, Mr. Jones, superintendent recommendations.
Absolutely. Under personnel recommendations, item A, I wish to recommend the Board of Education approve the certified and classified employee recommendations as presented in exhibit number 6.
Dr. Jones, is it possible to advance the screen so we can see the agenda?
Thank you.
So moved.
Second. Mrs. Powers, second. Mr. Benacci. Roll call.
Mrs. Bedia?
Aye.
Mr. Benacci?
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews?
Aye.
Mrs. Powers?
Aye.
Mr. Armstrong?
Aye.
Item B is game health from the OHSAA football playoff. I wish to recommend the Board of Education approve the game health for the OHSAA football playoff for the 2013-14 school year as presented in exhibit number 7. This was our home game against Elyria, and one of the advantages of having turf now is that we are more appealing to the OHSAA to host those kind of events, and they dictate what the game health payouts will be for the various positions. So, recommend that you approve
Can I
those.
ask Dr. Jones, I know when the turf is coming in, it was meant to be also a moneymaker. Did you look at the manual plan or something in the future?
Yeah, that's,
Is that a loaded question? I didn't mean it to be loaded.
yeah, I'll just overview, not as much as one may anticipate, but defer to the treasurer in terms of the specific numbers.
Well, what I would say to you is that the money that the district gets is a contract group that is going to be there for rental fee. And that's the money, that's all the money that we get for that. The proceeds from those tournaments do pay for the bills for that tournament and any game helpers, ticket takers, police officers, or whatever's necessary. And the proceeds for rental do go under the athletic budget.
One of the things I'd like to add to that is the money is made by booster clubs, and so that's extra money for booster clubs. They can charge parking and the concession stands. So that would help out, and that's what's plowed back to the booster clubs and plow that money back. And part of that was this petty cash fund that we just approved.
That's why it was established, right?
That's the reason we approved this petty cash fund tonight, because those funds go into that and it's
Separated from each other.
So,
And to be clear, those concessions that are run by the boosters, and the proceeds by the boosters, those monies do not come out of the district. Correct.
If you want to get really excited, if you want to put a bubble over the turf, like Cleveland State has, like Eastern Michigan has, and some other places, we could run soccer tournaments and all kinds of activities there throughout the winter. Just an idea.
Get back to us in 2020 or something. Higher priorities.
Not in our life.
Just trying to think out of the box a little bit.
Perhaps you'd like to fund that on your own.
Yeah. Or at least organize it, you know,
Yeah.
even have volunteers.
Yeah, well, actually, you can do a rental thing, and it's not quite as bad as you think, so, anyway.
Well, we already have swimming pools, so we don't.
Good luck for that.
Item C is Money the Gap agreement with Kent State University. We've been involved with Kent State with the Money the Gap agreement with other school districts. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh.
I'm
So
getting
it's
ahead of
through.
myself.
All right, go through. So moved.
Worried about the bubble.
I know.
Second.
Minding the Gap. Kent State with a number of school districts in the area involved with the Minding the Gap grant. And they notified us recently that we do have the opportunity to have a college student selected by the College of Mathematics and Science to be a tutor for high school kids who, as Mr. Navarro mentioned, are not on an IEP necessarily, but have some gaps in their math instruction. Will be available, I believe,